2-0, Mike, and you can't ask for anything. And again, you take down a team that people were talking about in that playoff contention as well.
Yeah, it was kind of workmanlike. That's not, for us to hold a lead like that for a long time, low-scoring game, not something that you would see a lot from us as far as style of play. So that felt really good to be able to win a game like that. And that's what we're looking for. All these first, we're looking at our first 2 or 3 games, and that's the kind of things I wanted to see. The guys are throwing really well.
Did your mind wander at all? I mean, I know you like it a little more, a few more rocks in play.
I do. I prefer a lot more stones in play. So, that's something I have to get comfortable with. Winning, really grinding, a simple type game out. That's not always something that, everybody's comfortable with, and it's certainly not my style, but nice to I think I stayed reasonably focused the whole way through.
Doesn't always have to be highlight reel, in other words.
No. No, and we did make a couple good shots. It was just, that game was decided, in only a couple of moments versus, there might be turning points in other games all over the place, but that we had a great end after the break, I think, where we got the 2 and had them in lots of trouble. And, the boys are throwing the big weights really well, and we held them off the rest of the way.
2-0 at the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings. If I told you before this was going to happen, obviously that's your expectation, but to go out and execute must be thrilling.
Yeah, it's awesome. It feels great. It's a huge confidence builder, and we're just hopefully getting better with every game, and being able to read the ice, that's a huge part of it. So it was a good game.
Confidence is such a big thing at this event too, isn't it? And having 2 wins under your belt like that, as big as it is in the standings, it's just as big between your ears, I imagine, too, for the confidence.
Yeah, it is. It gives you just that little bit more of a comfort level with the ice and the arena and the fans and things like that. So it is a little bit of a confidence booster. Obviously, you're only as good as your next game, so we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. And we have hard games coming, so stay focused. And
I thought that confidence kind of came out in the 10th end. You give up the deuce and 9, and then you just go out and execute a really, really good 10th end, and that says a lot about your team.
Yeah, that's kudos to Christy. She had 2 great ticks there that really opened up our scoring area, so that was a great throw by her, great sweeping by the girls, so I can't ask for anything more.
Talk about the experience that you've got with you. Obviously, you got a couple, 3 Olympic silver medalists, really, with Christy as well, with Carolyn McCrory and Susan O'Connor. What have they told you about this experience so far and how to cope with it?
They've just said it's a bit of a grind, so you have to stay focused and make sure you're getting the right amount of rest. And so that's what our plan is, to make sure we're resting and getting time with our families as well, because our families are here to support us. So, and then just making sure that we're staying on top of the ice conditions.
Not the prettiest win, but it's a win, and that's the key thing at this stage in this event.
Absolutely. We played a ton of different shots, draws, tap backs, lots of peels in and off, so we learned tons of lines and wanted a couple back now that we've learned the lines, but it was a great game to come out on top and make that draw for the win. It was a great team shot.
You had to scrap that one out, obviously, and they're not all going to be pretty wins, so I guess you have to take them any way you can get them.
Yeah, it's early. We're still learning the lines, and we're really happy to come off with a win there and move on to Monday, our 2-game day, and excited to start 9 a.m.
Did you get a sense that it was slipping away in those last 5 ends at all, or was it? Did you always feel a sense that you'd be in control coming down the stretch?
Well, we still had control of the game. The steals. You always want to have Hammer coming home tied's a pretty good situation. Could have been better than that, but it wasn't, and so we needed the draw for the win, and girls made it great.
Yeah, it felt good. We played the whole end to give myself the intern draw. We knew that path really well. I drew the button there 2 or 3 times during the game, and probably a little unconventional call on the first one to pick the back one, but I knew that would give me full 4 on the intern, and felt real confident having that. Whereas if we peel the front, he makes a good hit and roll. We probably got to play a double, and I'd much rather draw the 4-foot than play a double any day.
Talk about the difference between 1-1 and 0-2 at this stage, even at this early stage.
Well, it's a whole lot better. It's last night was frustrating. The way we finished that game, but to come back today, it was pretty solid. I thought we played pretty good. I thought Brendan's team played pretty good, and got a miss out of him. I believe it was in the 4th end. Which was kind of key. Probably should have scored one there. Instead, we got a free deuce, which was a bonus. But after that, I felt we really controlled the game. It was an improvement for sure. I still think we got another notch to bring it up. We still made some mistakes. The biggest thing last night, I thought we played well, but our misses were big misses, and we got nothing out of them. We had a couple of those today, but we definitely had a lot less than we had last night. It was really just that. When we actually look back at the game, we played pretty good, other than our misses were big. And, heavy when we should have been light, wide when we should have been tight, things like that. So it was really just kind of smartening up on each thought, realizing where the tolerance was to miss. And, we did a lot better today. We still had some, but we're getting there.